The Amazon rainforest is one of the most extraordinary places on Earth, teeming with an incredible variety of wildlife. Yet, despite being one of the most studied ecosystems, much of it remains a mystery. Every day, new and unexpected discoveries emerge from its dense, unexplored depths. With that in mind, here are 15 of the weirdest and most terrifying creatures ever found in the Amazon. Number 15. The electric killer. Meet one of the most electrifying creatures of the Amazon, the electric eel. Despite its name, this creature isn't actually an eel. It belongs to the carp and catfish family. The electric eel is capable of producing a shocking 600 volts of electricity, enough to stun its prey or deter a predator. Its body contains special cells called electrocytes, which store electricity like tiny batteries. When the eel feels threatened or is hunting, these cells discharge simultaneously, delivering a powerful shock. The electric eel can even generate up to 900 volts, which is 5 times more powerful than the average US wall socket. These large creatures can grow over 8 feet long and weigh up to 44 pounds. Found in the murky waters of the Amazon and Orinoco basins, they mainly feed on fish, but they'll also target amphibians, small mammals, and even birds. They use their electrical abilities not just to defend themselves, but also to navigate and locate prey in the dark, murky waters where their vision is poor. Despite their fearsome reputation, they're an important part of the ecosystem. They breathe air and need to surface regularly for oxygen. Number 14. The enigmatic capybara. Meet the largest rodent in the world, the capybara. This semi-aquatic mammal is found throughout South America, except in Chile, and thrives in various environments, from rainforests to wetlands. Capybaras are remarkable swimmers, capable of holding their breath underwater for up to 5 minutes. These herbivores primarily feed on grasses and aquatic plants, but their diet changes depending on the season. In dry times, they will consume more reeds and tree bark due to a shortage of fresh grass. They even eat their own feces to gain essential bacteria that help them digest cellulose and absorb nutrients from their diet. Their constantly growing teeth help them adapt to a life of chewing tough plants. And despite their docile nature, they are a preferred snack for predators like jaguars, pumas, and green anacondas. While they live around 10 years in captivity, many only make it to 4 years in the wild due to their vulnerability. Capybaras communicate with various sounds, from grunts to whistles, and even use purrs to bond with their young. Number 13. The bird-eating spider. In the world of arachnids, the Goliath bird-eater is the undisputed heavyweight champion. This massive tarantula, native to the Amazon rainforest, weighs as much as 6 ounces and boasts a leg span that can reach nearly 12 inches. Despite its name, the Goliath bird-eater doesn't typically feast on birds. However, it is certainly capable of doing so, and the name originated from an 18th century engraving that depicted a tarantula eating a hummingbird. Most of the spider's diet consists of insects, but it's also known to consume frogs, rodents, and even small reptiles. Found primarily in northern South America, these spiders have a unique hunting style. When a Goliath catches a mouse, its large, long fangs inject neurotoxins into its prey, immobilizing it. The spider then drags the victim back to its burrow and liquefies the internal organs before sucking up the remains. Unlike many other spiders, Goliaths don't rely on webs to trap food. Instead, they use their burrows for shelter and protection. Goliaths have poor eyesight and rely on specialized hairs on their legs that detect vibrations in the air, alerting them to danger. If threatened, they can launch sharp, barbed hairs from their bodies as a defense mechanism, which can sting a predator, sending it fleeing. Interestingly, the Goliath's venom is not lethal to humans, and a bite feels like a sting from a wasp. In some parts of South America, this spider is even eaten as a delicacy, though it's not recommended to keep one as a pet. Female Goliaths lay between 50 and 150 eggs, and the young stay with their mothers until they are fully grown, usually after a few years. Number 12. The strange Madamada turtle. The Madamada is not your average turtle. It's more like a living relic from the past. This slow-moving creature thrives in the Amazon swamp waters, where its appearance helps it blend into its surroundings. The Madamada's shell resembles the rough texture of bark, while its head takes on the shape of fallen leaves. This camouflage allows it to remain motionless in the water, waiting for a fish to get close enough for it to strike. Even its breathing is adapted for stealth. It extends its long, snorkel-like snout just above the water's surface to breathe without revealing its position. Scientists have marveled at how little the species has changed over millions of years, calling it a living fossil of South America. Unlike many turtles that bask in the sun, the Madamada prefers murky, shallow waters with dense vegetation. It often inhabits slow-moving creeks and floodplain pools, where visibility is low and its natural disguise gives it the upper hand. Some indigenous communities even believe the Madamada holds mystical powers due to its strange, ancient appearance. When prey arrives, the Madamada uses suction feeding, rapidly opening its mouth to create a vacuum that pulls the fish in. Though it cannot chew, it swallows its catch whole. With a body length of up to a meter and a weight of 20 kilograms, this turtle is a fascinating sight. Males use their limbs and head movements to court females, and nesting typically occurs from October to December. The Madamada lays up to 28 eggs, which incubate in the warm Amazonian waters. Now it's time for today's topic. In June 2025, National Geographic photographer Luis Herrera was deep in the Peruvian Amazon near the Pacaya-Samiria Reserve, documenting river dolphin activity when he witnessed something that defied explanation. Positioned on a small motorboat with a telephoto lens, Luis spotted heavy rustling in the thick rainforest canopy across the riverbank. Seconds later, he captured a chilling series of images. An enormous, dark-scaled serpent, thicker than a grown man's torso, emerged from the trees and silently slithered into the murky waters of the Amazon River. The head alone was nearly the size of a motorcycle helmet, and the body stretched an estimated 40 feet, possibly more, before vanishing beneath the surface. Biologists reviewing the footage say the creature's features do not match any known modern species of snake. Some speculate it could be an undiscovered anaconda subspecies, while others whisper of a terrifying possibility. The Titanoboa, thought to have gone extinct over 58 million years ago, may have somehow survived in the untouched depths of the jungle. Luis has since turned over the footage to scientists at the Universidad Nacional Mayor de San Marcos in Lima. While skeptics cite camera distortion and shadow play, locals claim these sightings are nothing new and warn El Monstruo del Rio protects its territory. Number 10. The Boiling River. Picture a river so hot it could burn you in an instant. Believe it or not, such a river exists in the Amazon. It's called the Shunei Timpishka, or the Boiling River. This natural wonder is said to be protected by an ancient water spirit of the Amazon. The story of its discovery begins with Andres Russo, a young explorer who heard tales about the river from his Peruvian grandfather. Inspired by the legend, Russo pursued a career as a geophysicist and set out to uncover the truth. His quest wasn't easy. Many scientists dismissed the idea as folklore, arguing that such geothermal activity couldn't exist so far from a volcano. Yet the locals spoke with reverence about the river, warning outsiders never to underestimate its power. As Russo gained their trust, he was finally allowed to approach the sacred site, guided by elders who saw his respect for both science and spirit. What shocked him most was how wildlife behaved around the river. Birds and animals instinctively avoided the boiling waters, knowing that even a misstep could prove fatal. Russo even witnessed a small animal fall in, only to be cooked alive in moments, reinforcing the dangers locals had described. Over time, he began taking measurements and collecting data, hoping to protect the area through global awareness and conservation. His search led him to central Peru, where he found an enormous geothermal hotspot that matched the river's description. In 2011, Russo visited the river, located near the small town of Mayantuyacu, with the special permission of the local shaman. The temperature of the water ranged from a scorching 120 degrees Fahrenheit to nearly 200 degrees Fahrenheit, enough to cause third-degree burns in mere seconds. The river, a tributary of the Pichidia River, is considered the world's largest thermal river, stretching over 9 kilometers, with the hottest section running for nearly 4 miles. The water's temperature can even exceed 90 degrees Celsius in certain spots, which is almost boiling. The Shunei Timpishka truly lives up to its name, meaning boiled by the heat of the sun. Number 9. The Pink Dolphin. The Amazon is home to a truly unique creature, the pink dolphin, known as the Amazon river dolphin. This species holds the title of the largest river dolphin, with males growing up to 8.2 feet in length and weighing up to 48 pounds. These dolphins are famous for their pink hue, which is especially noticeable in the males. Their appearance is quite different from other dolphins, with their long, flexible bodies and large fins that help them maneuver through the flooded forests of the Amazon. Scientists believe the pink coloration is a result of capillary placement near the surface of their skin and repeated scar tissue from social sparring. In fact, male dolphins often engage in aggressive displays to compete for mates, and over time, their skin becomes more vividly pink. In some regions of the Amazon, local folklore considers these dolphins to be magical shapeshifters that transform into handsome men to seduce women at night. Stories like these have helped protect the dolphins in some villages, where harming them is seen as bad luck. However, in other areas, the dolphins are viewed as competition for fish, leading to conflicts with local fishermen. Conservation programs have since worked to educate communities on their ecological importance. Unlike oceanic dolphins, Amazon river dolphins have a wide range of diets, eating up to 53 species of fish, including piranhas, catfish, and tetras. They also hunt other aquatic creatures like turtles, frogs, and crabs. Sadly, this species is now endangered, with its numbers dwindling due to threats like fishing nets, hunting, and habitat loss. The Amazon river dolphin is also the only species of river dolphin kept in captivity, though it struggles to thrive in such conditions. These dolphins are found throughout the Amazon's rivers, lakes, and tributaries. They're known to migrate with the seasonal changes in water levels, with males typically staying in the main river channels while females and calves seek out the flooded forest areas for safety and feeding. Number 8. The walking trees. Can trees move? The short answer is no, but in the Amazon, there's a tree that seems to do just that, well, kind of. Known as the walking palm or Socratia exoryza, this unique tree is said to walk across the rainforest. It's not like a character from Lord of the Rings, but it does have a remarkable way of relocating. This palm tree grows roots in the direction it wants to move while the older roots die off, allowing the tree to shift position gradually. Some reports suggest that it takes a few years for the tree to move, but one researcher believes the tree shifts by about 2 to 3 centimeters a day. The walking palm's behavior was first documented scientifically in 1980 by John H. Bodley. He found that the tree could move away from obstacles like fallen trees to give itself a better chance for survival. This fascinating process is thought to help the tree reach better areas with more sunlight or safer soil, crucial for its long-term growth. Recently, Peter Versansky, a paleobiologist, claimed to have witnessed this process himself. But not all scientists are convinced. Some, like biologist Gerardo Avalos, argue that the walking palm is more myth than reality, suggesting that the tree's roots only appear to move due to erosion or natural changes in the soil. Despite the debate, the walking palm is one of the Amazon's most intriguing mysteries, and its odd growth pattern has captured imaginations worldwide. It represents the incredible adaptability of nature. While it may not walk in the traditional sense, its ability to shift and change over time is a testament to the forest's resilience. Furthermore, the walking palm is not the only tree in the Amazon that has evolved unique survival strategies. For instance, the giant ceiba tree can grow over 200 feet tall, and its wide buttress roots allow it to stand firm even during violent storms. These types of adaptations make the Amazon's ecosystem one of the most complex and awe-inspiring on Earth. Speaking of Amazon mysteries, did you know that the forest is a rich source of medicine? Many common drugs trace their origins to plants found here. In fact, while over 130,000 plant species are found in the Amazon, only a fraction have been studied for their potential medical benefits, leading to countless discoveries for modern healthcare. Some of the most well-known pharmaceutical compounds come from these plants. For example, the painkiller quinine used to treat malaria is derived from the bark of the cinchona tree, which thrives in the Amazon. Additionally, the anti-cancer compound called Taxol comes from the Pacific yew tree, but similar compounds are also found in Amazonian plants. Researchers continue to explore the vast number of plants in the Amazon, and many believe that we've only scratched the surface when it comes to discovering new medicines from this rich natural resource. The more we learn, the more we realize how much this unique environment can offer. Number 7. The poison dart frog. The poison dart frog might be small, but its abilities are deadly. These tiny amphibians are found across the tropical rainforest floors of Central and South America. They measure only 1 to 2 inches long, but their skin secretes potent toxins, some of which are strong enough to be fatal to humans. There are over 175 known species of poison dart frogs, and despite their bright, striking colors, they are not to be taken lightly. The frog's vibrant hues are a warning to predators. Stay away, I'm toxic. This is an example of aposematism, a defense mechanism where animals use their appearance to signal danger. Scientists have studied why some frogs become more toxic than others, and it turns out that their diet plays a major role. Frogs raised in captivity often lose their toxicity due to lack of access to certain rainforest insects. Some of the deadliest species derive their poison from mites and ants that are only found in their native habitats. A single golden poison dart frog carries enough toxin to kill 10 grown men, making it one of the most lethal animals on Earth by weight. Despite their danger, these frogs are currently under threat due to habitat loss and illegal pet trade. Conservationists are working to preserve their environment and protect them from extinction. Poison dart frogs are diurnal, meaning they are active during the day. Unlike many amphibians, they are often called the jewels of the rainforest thanks to their brilliant colors. The most famous of these frogs is the golden poison dart frog, Philobates terribilis, found in western Colombia. For centuries, indigenous people have used the frog's skin toxins to poison the tips of their blow darts for hunting. Some species of these frogs use camouflage to blend into their environment. For instance, the dying dart frog sports bright yellow and black patterns that help it blend into the surrounding foliage. Research has shown that these frogs use their vivid coloring both to warn and to hide, depending on their surroundings. These frogs are a striking example of nature's mix of beauty and danger. Number 6. the lost city of giants. The Amazon is known for its mysteries, and among them is the fabled lost city of giants. For centuries, explorers searched for this mythical city of gold, a quest that was notably pursued by Spanish adventurers and later British explorer Percy Fawcett in the 20th century. Fawcett vanished into the jungle while searching for what he called the lost city of Z, adding a tragic chapter to the myth. But recent discoveries have brought new hope to the idea of ancient civilizations existing deep within the Amazon. Thanks to new technology, scientists have made groundbreaking findings. Using LiDAR, light detection and ranging, researchers have uncovered the ruins of an ancient city in the Bolivian Amazon. What's even more fascinating is that these settlements were hidden under thick forest cover, completely invisible to the naked eye. Some structures span more than 300 feet in length, with defensive walls and terraces pointing to the need for protection, perhaps from rival tribes or even unknown invaders. Archaeologists also found large reservoirs, suggesting they were able to store water during dry seasons, a crucial innovation for survival in such an environment. Intriguingly, some pottery fragments found at the site bear symbols not yet deciphered, raising questions about their language and communication. It's possible that myths of giants stemmed from the massive scale of these structures, which dwarf most known pre-Columbian sites in the region. These ruins date back 600 years and reveal a complex urban society known as the Kasarabe culture. The city's remains show a well-organized civilization with monumental platforms and pyramid-like structures. Raised causeways connect various settlements, suggesting an advanced infrastructure designed for water management. This discovery challenges the old belief that the Amazon was home only to small, isolated tribes. While the City of Gold remains elusive, the ruins found using modern technology prove that complex civilizations once thrived in the Amazon's heart. Number 5. The Vibrant Macaw. Few birds are as striking as the macaw, with its stunning plumage and outgoing personality. The Amazon is home to at least 17 different species of these brilliant birds, known for their size and their playful nature. Macaws are the largest of all parrots. The hyacinth macaw is the biggest of the group, measuring up to 3.3 feet from head to tail and boasting a wingspan of nearly 5 feet. In some indigenous Amazonian legends, macaws are considered messengers of the forest spirits, their voices carrying stories between the canopy and the jungle floor. Early explorers even mistook their cries for human voices echoing in the wilderness. These birds can often be seen flying in bonded pairs or large, noisy flocks, darting through the treetops in synchronized patterns that look almost choreographed. They are known to mate for life, and bonded pairs will often be seen preening each other or sharing food. Their intelligence is remarkable. Macaws have been observed using tools, solving puzzles, and mimicking human speech with surprising accuracy. Many local communities view them as symbols of good fortune and environmental harmony. These birds are not only large but incredibly colorful, displaying an array of blues, reds, greens, and golds. Their vivid feathers make them one of the most recognizable birds in the rainforest. Macaws are also known for their social behavior, often squawking loudly to communicate with their flocks. Their calls serve many purposes, from identifying members of their group to signaling danger. Each macaw also has unique markings on its face, much like a human fingerprint. If you're trekking through the Amazon, the chances are high you'll hear their loud raucous calls echoing through the trees. Number 4. The mysterious tribes of the Amazon. The idea of hidden tribes in the Amazon has long fascinated explorers. With the jungle's vast expanse, it's believed there are still isolated communities living far from civilization. These tribes, some of which have had little to no contact with the outside world, continue to inspire curiosity and caution in equal measure. The Amazon is often called the lung of the earth because of its vast size and essential role in regulating the planet's climate. It is not only home to extraordinary biodiversity but also to people who have lived in complete isolation from modern society for centuries. In 2002, Elena Martinez and her team embarked on a mission to explore one of these untouched areas, hoping to find tribes that had remained hidden for centuries. Martinez, an administrator at Manu National Park, along with expert Roberto Franco, took to the sky in a Cessna 172K. The dense rainforest below them, covering over 240 million acres, harbored unknown tribes, potentially in danger from outside influences. These areas are particularly sensitive, with the uncontacted tribes at risk of disease and exploitation as illegal logging, mining, and other destructive forces make their way deeper into the jungle. Their journey led them through harsh conditions and challenging terrain, all while searching for groups that had remained uncontacted. Despite the area's protection, the exact locations of these tribes remained elusive, making it nearly impossible to offer them the full safety they required. The tribe's knowledge of the forest and their way of life are completely adapted to the environment, making them difficult to find or understand. Their survival techniques, for example, include hunting methods, plant-based medicine, and sustainable agriculture practices that have allowed them to thrive in one of the most biodiverse places on Earth. What hidden wonders and dangers do these remote tribes hold? Some anthropologists believe that these groups have a wealth of knowledge that could contribute to modern medicine, agriculture, and even climate change solutions. Others fear the potential for conflict as outsiders encroach on their land. Some tribes, like the people of the Yanomami group, have been contacted in recent decades, but they have often experienced devastating effects from diseases and disruption of their way of life. Only time will reveal what new discoveries await in these untouched corners of the Amazon. Will humanity find a way to protect these tribes and preserve their traditions, or will they be forever altered by the outside world? As the jungle remains both an endless source of fascination and a fragile ecosystem, we are left wondering how much of it still remains hidden, waiting for the right moment to be uncovered. Number 3. The Jesus Christ Lizard. The Jesus Christ lizard doesn't actually resemble Jesus Christ, but it does possess a remarkable ability. It can walk on water. Found in the tropical rainforests of Central America, from southern Mexico to Panama, the green basilisk is an expert at sprinting across water. This lizard is commonly seen in trees, always near a body of water. When in danger, the basilisk leaps from the tree and runs at high speed across the water's surface. Locals have often shared stories of these lizards darting across jungle streams, disappearing before their eyes like spirits of the forest. Researchers studying their behavior have used high-speed cameras to capture their lightning-fast footwork in slow motion, revealing the precise mechanics of each leap and slap. Incredibly, juveniles have been recorded covering even longer distances than adults, thanks to their lighter body weight. Some indigenous tribes even regard the basilisk as a symbol of agility and survival, incorporating its likeness into ancient carvings. The lizard's unique ability comes from its specially adapted feet. Long toes with fringes of skin extend and unfurl in the water, which increases the surface area and prevents it from sinking as it speeds along. The basilisk's legs slap the water with enough force to create small air pockets, which allow it to stay above the surface. The lizard can run on the water for distances of up to 15 feet. If gravity takes over, the basilisk swiftly swims away. Green basilisks can grow to about 2 feet in length, including their whip-like tails. The males of the species have striking crests on their heads and backs, which they use to attract females. Female basilisks dig a shallow trench to lay up to 20 eggs, leaving them to hatch on their own. These lizards are omnivores, eating plants, insects, fruit, and small vertebrates. Though common in their range, they must be vigilant against predators like snakes and birds. The basilisk's speed and agility make it an impressive creature of the rainforest. Number 2. A giant snake. You've probably seen the movie Anaconda, where giant snakes terrorize an expedition in the Amazon. While the movie exaggerates certain aspects, the real-life green anaconda is a truly massive creature, known as the largest snake in the world by weight. The green anaconda can grow up to 29 feet in length and weigh over 550 pounds. Unlike the reticulated python, which is longer, the anaconda is far heavier and bulkier, with some specimens reaching a diameter of over 12 inches. Found mostly in the Amazon and Orinoco basins, these powerful snakes prefer slow-moving waters like swamps, marshes, and streams. Some of the largest individuals ever recorded were discovered in the flooded plains of northern Brazil, where locals claim to have seen even bigger ones lurking in the shadows. In fact, several unconfirmed reports speak of anacondas reaching over 30 feet, though no scientific evidence has verified such giants. Yet the legend persists. National Geographic teams and biologists have often accompanied local trackers into these murky waters in search of record-breaking specimens. Often, what they find is a mix of hard science and tribal folklore, blurring the line between fact and myth. They are expert swimmers, using their muscular bodies to move stealthily through the water, where they can ambush prey. Anacondas are non-venomous constrictors, meaning they kill by wrapping around their prey and squeezing until it suffocates. Their diet includes a wide range of animals, from capybaras to jaguars, and they can even take down large prey like wild pigs and deer. These snakes are also unique in their reproduction. Instead of laying eggs, female anacondas give birth to live young, usually between 20 to 30 babies. Baby anacondas are born about 2 feet long and are already capable of swimming and hunting on their own. Although their massive size is intimidating, anacondas can go for long periods without eating after a big meal. Their lifespan in the wild averages about 10 years. Anacondas are revered by some Amazonian tribes as sacred creatures, and while they may be feared, they play a critical role in the ecosystem. Number 1. A dead whale. The Amazon is full of surprises, but one discovery left scientists completely baffled. A dead humpback whale found deep within the rainforest. This 36-foot whale carcass, weighing 10 tons, was discovered about 50 feet from the nearest body of water in Brazil. The location was far from any ocean, making this find even more perplexing. How did a whale, a creature that lives in the sea, end up so deep in the Amazon? The most plausible theory is that the whale was tossed out of the ocean by rough seas and strong tides, which may have carried it up into the woods. Some locals reported hearing loud crashing sounds a day before the carcass was discovered, which might suggest the animal was carried in by a massive storm surge. Others believe the whale may have died offshore and floated inland during an abnormally high tide before becoming stranded. However, the dense vegetation and distance from the coast make this explanation hard to accept at face value. Adding to the mystery, the whale was a calf, possibly separated from its mother during migration. Biologists who examined the body noted there were no immediate signs of trauma, which ruled out a ship strike or predator attack. A team of conservationists took tissue samples to determine its health before death, hoping the findings might offer clues. They also discovered scavenger birds and insects had already begun feeding on the carcass, accelerating its decomposition. Despite this theory, no one really knows how the whale got there. The discovery was made in a forested area, a long way from its natural marine habitat. Scientists were sent to investigate this strange phenomenon and determine the cause behind such an unusual situation. Though the specifics remain unclear, the discovery of this giant mammal in the heart of the rainforest highlights how even the most unexpected events can occur in the Amazon. From ancient ruins to strange and unexpected animal discoveries, the Amazon rainforest keeps uncovering secrets that challenge everything we thought we knew about nature. Have you ever heard of something unusual from the Amazon? Share it in the comments below. See you next time.